Hey there. I want to apologize first. I am very tired right now. I just woke up from a nap, so if I seem like retarded, that's why. I'm going to show you basically how I get started on this. I started my Rikku one today, kind of. I've already started a little bit, but this is where I'm like planning out to actually like really start before I actually buy anything. So I'm going to show you. First off, I print a ton of references. So I got that printed out, and then I drew this. And you can't really see the writing on it, but this is all my notes, and then this is everything made a materials list. So, now I'm an artist, so I will definitely draw a lot. And a lot of people can't really draw, but I think if you draw it out, the more you draw it out, the better it looks, because the more you'll get accustomed to seeing your character, and the less you'll forget what you put onto her. So basically, draw it out as much as you can, or keep writing down. If you're not like a drawing person, I would write down all the steps you need. And think about it and keep thinking about it and just like breathe on this, because seriously this is like what will help you, because it helps me. So I'm going to show you my mannequin that I taped. It's over here. So I'm going to take off the scarf. I'll tell you about the scarf too. So this is what I do first, is I tape a mannequin, and you see I haven't taped the bottom here because it's just going to come down to this. So and I only did one side because it's going to go on both sides, so you don't want two different sized cup things. And then I didn't do it on the back or anything because I'm too small for this mannequin, so I'm going to have to size it on myself anyways. And then basically what I do from here is I'll take a piece of fabric. Let's see if I have any scraps I can use. No, not really. Oh, sorry. I take a piece of fabric, and I have a lot of scraps. Pretend like this one's bigger. This is like a little piece, but I'll take like a larger one, and I'll lay it out like this, and I'll pin it to it. And then usually I use white so I can see through it. Unfortunately, I don't have it right now. But I will trace around the edge where the blue shows through, and I will cut that out, resize it if I have to, add a seam allowance, and then I will use that as a pattern. I don't know if you care how many pieces I use. I'm going to make a lining for the bathing suit, and the skirt. The skirt's gonna, I don't know, I'm gonna put like the band on it. I'm gonna do an invisible zipper just because it looks better, and I pretty much decided everything like I feel would be easiest, I guess. But most everything's gonna be lined. I like to line things. I think that's pretty much it. For the sleeves, I don't have any arms for my mannequin, so don't tell her yet. I'm probably going to use my little sister. I won't poke her, I promise, but I mean, if I need an arm, usually I'll use her. So I'll use her for that, and I'll show you the scarf that I did. See, this is the scarf. It's like really, really long. It actually almost goes down to the floor. I feel really short in it, but I made sure I try to make it as proportionate as possible. But I knitted this whole thing myself from yellow yarn, and then I added this like frayed stuff. Looks better when it's hanging like at the bottom. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I straightened this so it would be straight. It doesn't look that straight. See how it's straight? So I think it's alright for now. I still have to dye it, but I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that, because I've never actually worked with dye, and I really want to get the gradient perfect. So I'm going to ask a friend for help. That's another thing that you should do, is always ask someone if you need help. Never hesitate. Also, if you can find a pattern that's similar that will work, that you can use, definitely go off that. A lot of people don't have these mannequins. I happen to be so lucky. Got it for my birthday, but still, like, if you don't have it, I definitely recommend buying a pattern and modifying it yourself, just because it's a lot easier and you'll waste a lot less fabric. Very rarely do I even get it right my first time, unless I like measure precise, like. But if you don't want a pattern, you have to measure really carefully, and I think that's kind of tedious, so I'd rather just take your measurements and then like adjust from there. So that's about it right now, I think. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. I'll be glad to answer anything. And yeah, good luck. Thanks.